Me oh my. Welcome everybody to Club Reaction as Rangers put us through the ringer, not half, and we finally get away from Dundee with a 2-1 win. I am your host, Scott Carney. I'm with Ali Pearson. Ali, I'm knackered, man.
I said I thought Rangers would kill me in April with that hectic schedule. They just about killed me today, by the way. That I can't be put through that every weekend. I'm physically and mentally drained at the moment, along with having a hangover, which isn't great. But I don't even know where to start that game, Carney. That was the only positive I can say is it's 3 points and we're down the road. I've got
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember ever, mate, celebrating a second goal against a team of Dundee standard the way I did. I went ballistic, absolutely ballistic when it went 2-1. I mean, this was not going to be an enjoyable podcast, mate. We were messaging each other. It wasn't shaping up to be a rather good one. And don't get me wrong, when we speak about the game in the first half, I am not going to be polite about Rangers because we were not good enough for huge periods of that game. We were nowhere near it. But, oh, man, honestly, it's what time's it? 2:10 on a Sunday afternoon, mate, and I'm thinking about going to my bed. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, unbelievable. We will break it down. We will try and put some form of reason behind this. Before we get into it, I have to give a massive congratulations to Club at 22's own Mr. Jamie Lowe, who is expecting his first nipper. Me and Jamie are going to be, we are going to be Rangers dads together. Jambo, all the love to you and your good lady, mate. And from all of us, obviously, here at Club at 22, absolutely buzzing for you. If you weren't sauced up to your eyeballs last night, mate, you would have noticed a message Jamie sent last night, but I
must have missed it. Congratulations, Jamie. I've done now, so congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely superb, Jamie. Superb. Right, Ali, the team. McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Hollander, Bassey, Sands, Lundstrom, Ramsey, Kent, Arfield and Morelos. I was one away. I expected Kamara to play over Lundstrom. Thoughts on the team, mate? Obviously, in retrospect of knowing how the first half went.
Back line was what I thought. I didn't think Sands would play. I thought Kamara would play. I don't think we need Sands and Lundstrom in that team against Dundee. It's too safe and they don't really offer much, to be honest. So I was surprised Sands started, if I'm being honest about it.
I think he's obviously trying to rotate and he's trying to use the squad as much as he can. I can understand why he's done it, and I think he's probably thought, well, it is Dundee. They didn't offer very much last week. We probably got away with playing a few defensive-minded midfielders because Lundstrom can step forward and be more box-to-box. The first half was certainly not that way. We were obviously wearing the all-white Gallant Pioneers top. Thought it looked really good, mate.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really smart. I'm not going to lie, but then there was a delay at the game due to the ticker tape, mate, being thrown onto the park due to the Sydney Cup debacle. The club are refusing to address. Let's be honest about it. Look, mate, I get this. I really do. I really understand the frustration. I do not understand the old-fashioned songbook thing that we continue to go on with. I'm saying old-fashioned to be rather generous about it. It detracts away from what you're trying to achieve, and the club just won't put up with it. The club are not going to bow down to that. So you can sing as many sectarian songs as you like. The club will not bow down to that. There has to be a better way. I understand the frustration. I'm not defending the club's decision. I'm truly not. I am so against the Sydney Cup. But doing it the way like that today, my opinion, it's the wrong time, mate. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I fully understand why they're doing it. We've been doing it for a couple of weeks, but today's not the day. I know we're playing Dundee, but today was crucial. And it didn't help today. It really didn't help. The second half, they threw the stuff on again. It was pissing me off, if I'm being blatantly honest about it. I thought, we need to get going here. We're 1-0 down and they're doing it again. I fully understand why they're doing it. I agree with them in terms of protesting, but I think there's better ways of doing it. It interrupted the flow of our game at times today, which didn't help. And I'll be honest, it annoyed me today that I know there's a lot of wee boys in there doing it, but come on. There's better ways of protesting, I think, and it did piss me off today because today was crucial for us, and it really didn't help.
Yeah, especially after the way the game started, mate. What we're about to go on to, we concede very early on, and then to do it straight after that as well. I mean, it's the wrong timing. The players don't need this. We're in a title race right now, and it doesn't help matters in this. Look, in my opinion, the club need to meet with fan representatives, have a conversation about this, and ultimately do the right thing. I know, as I say, I'm not defending the club. The club have to withdraw from this. They have to. I know sometimes people are having the argument of, oh, we shouldn't be doing it because then if we disagree with anything the club do, then all we need to do is protest. It's kind of a different thing. This is now affecting football, and maybe that's what they're trying to achieve. However, as a fan of football, first and foremost, and my team winning the league, this does not help matters. And there has to be a better way around it. The club have to react. They're going to have to do something because this will continue and it'll come back and bite us on the arse more than it did so today. However, mate, we will move into the game. Rangers make the worst possible start as you can possibly imagine. No excuse from me here. Helander and Tav get drawn onto the same man. Ramsey makes a feeble attempt twice to try and stop a cross. The cross catches out McGregor, Goldson and Bassey. It is a decent cross to the back post, and it's left to Ryan Kent to try and win a header, mate, against that boy who's about at least a foot taller than him, I would imagine. And it's 1-0 Dundee. I just went, oh, here we go.
Utter shambles. I've seen it all season from the defence. It's not new. I'm not shocked by it. Aaron Ramsey's got to do better.
Yeah,
that's a weak attempt. He's got to stop that cross ball coming in. McGregor, is he at fault on his line there, not really coming? I know it's kind of deep to the back post, but you should maybe anticipating it, and then it's knocked in, and it's the worst possible start. If a team's going to score against you, it's best if they score early doors because it gives you enough time to get back into the game. That's the only positive I can give on it. But you can't give teams like Dundee a goal over start because you know what they're going to do. They're just going to sit in even more, and it'll make it even harder for us to break down. And obviously, that was the case in the first half.
That was the case for the first half. A shambolic goal to concede. Honestly, everything about it was just an absolute shocker. Really nowhere near good enough, especially for somebody of Aaron Ramsey's level, fit or not. The game has just started. An attempt like that to stop the ball, not good enough. And why Ryan Kent is marking that boy? I know he's ultimately there, Dundee's right back, but I mean, it's a cross ball. I mean, no disrespect to Ryan Kent. He's not a defender. He's not going to win that header. I don't think. I wouldn't be expecting him to. He was kind of left hung out to dry there. And yeah, it was 1-0. As I said, at this point, we mentioned at the start, tennis balls were thrown on. Really doesn't help matters. You're achieving absolutely nothing by doing that with a goal down. Read the room. Really read the room. But the first 15 minutes, Rangers were rank rotten. Morelos goes close after that from a good cross from Bassey. But the header goes just wide of the post. He was unlucky with that one. The pitch was like a ploughed field, mate. Honestly, the ball didn't roll once across that ground properly, but same for both teams. But even at that, the top flight of Scottish football, it's not acceptable. I was beginning to get annoyed already, mate. Really, at this point, we had no movement. We looked so static. We weren't adapting to the fact that Dundee were playing a back seven, back eight, whatever they were playing. There was nothing. And mate, you messaged in the group chat. Hope you don't mind me saying that you were calling for changes from probably about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I honestly would have made changes at 20 minutes. I would have hooked. I think I said Arfield and Sands off, and I would have brought a Rebo and Jack on. That's a change. I would have made it instantly because I could see it wasn't working. I don't know why we need to wait to half time. It's as if he wants to try and give them that time to do something. But
yeah.
To me, it's critical today. I would have honestly changed it after 20 minutes. I really would have, because the midfield to me was poor. Sands, Lundstrom, like I say, I don't think there's a need for them in there. They're doing the same job. Sands, he's just neat and tidy. But there was no players in there I thought that was going to break the lines. There was nobody with a bit of magic apart from Ryan Kent. So I think Dundee were quite happy because we offered really nothing, and it was incredibly flat, to be honest.
Yeah, the only really other thing to note after that was Goldson goes close, kind of half turn from the second phase of a ball into the box. He goes close, but it is wide of the mark before we come on to the penalty. And as I say, at this point, I don't think I wouldn't have been angry. I wouldn't have been disappointed if Gio had decided to change it. I understand he's trying to protect the players and all that, but I'm sorry, you need to put players' feelings to one side right now. We're in the most crucial part of this season, and it didn't work. That first half was up there with the worst that I've seen Rangers play this season. It was terrible, absolutely terrible, not acceptable. Scott Arfield had an absolute shocker. I honestly don't think he made one pass, mate. Like, every pass that he made, one that I can remember actually made to Tav, and it was about a 2-yard pass. So you should be expecting him to play that, but he wasn't involved in the game. He looked lost. No. A very, very little effect. So I wouldn't have been shocked, mate, because we'd nothing on the right-hand side. Tav was getting asked to do everything up and down that right-hand side. Yeah. And look, Tav will do it all day long, yeah, but he'd no support. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody with any bit of pace for him to link up with. And as I said, that it was his ball that ultimately gets Rangers a penalty. The ball into the box, I didn't know what Morelos was shouting for, mate, when I seen it straight off the bat. I'm not going to lie. When you see the replay back, the Dundee player is falling to the ground. He does grab Morelos' shirt. I'll probably lose staunch points, mate. It's not really a penalty for me. It's very soft.
Yeah, I thought it was soft. He does grab his top, but it's soft. But what I would say, the letter of the law, that guy should be off the park. Penalty.
Oh, yes, he should. Is it double jeopardy? Because he doesn't go for the ball,
because he doesn't attempt the ball, so he should be off the park. So obviously Bobby Madden doesn't know the rules. Not shocked, to be honest, but
maybe he thought that the boy was going to win the ball from the ground, mate. That's what we'll give Bobby Madden a wee
God knows, it's probably made up, to be honest. But no, he should be off the park with the letter of the law. To be honest, I don't think it was. It was very, very soft, soft. But I'll take it. But yeah, that guy should be off the park at that point.
Yeah, the double jeopardy thing, yeah, mate, you're probably right. I did think that actually during the game. I've been through a lot of emotions in the last couple of hours, so bear with me. Please bear with me. Tav steps up, mate. I didn't have any doubt in my mind, mate. I thought he was scoring, genuinely. I will always say so. I thought, right, Tav, an easy, both bury it and let's go. It's a shocker, mate.
It summed our first half up, to be honest. He tries to whip it right into the top corner, and he gets too much on it and balloons over the bar. It was horrific. And I'm glad he's got a wee. What's that?
I think these last two penalties have obviously been so perfect. Actually, James McFadden said that at half time. They've been so perfect that I just expected them to score. I didn't really have James McFadden's way of thinking. I don't know how a bobbly pitch affects a penalty being taken. Anyway, never mind. But yeah, when he skied it, I was like, oh no. And it made the fear set in.
I was the same. As soon as he missed that, I thought it really summed the first half up, and I was the same. I thought we could be looking at the end of our season in terms of the league here, because it just looked that way, to be honest. It really did.
Yeah, well, I wasn't feeling great about it either, mate. Ramsey had a header after that. He should be doing better, but it's over the bar. Gets to half time, it's 1-0. All of that resulting in Rangers having 0 shots on target in the first half. And I tweeted it at half time, mate, and I'll repeat it. A disgraceful first half from Rangers. No excuse for me. No adaptation, no penetration, no cutting edge, no composure, no tempo. Yeah, up there with the worst I've seen Rangers.
Yeah, it was shambolic, to be honest. It's as if I know. I mean, they were up there last week, Rangers, and cantered a 3-0 win. Mm-hmm. It's as if they went up there this week and thought, it's only Dundee again. We just need to kind of show up. That's what I kind of got, and you can't do that. You need to show. You need to show something. Rangers showed nothing, absolutely nothing. And there were some players in that park that need to have a look at themselves. They really do, because it was embarrassing. You're playing Dundee.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Dundee, but they're awful. They are absolutely awful. But they wanted it more in the first half. You could see they were first to challenges. They wanted it, and we looked like we didn't want it, which is shocking when we are chasing a league at the moment. Celtic 6 points clear before we kicked the ball today, and it just looked like we honestly thought we'd just turn up and we'd go down the road with 3 points, and you can't have that attitude.
No, you can't. I completely agree. It was half-arsed at best, and it just isn't good enough. It really isn't. It's not okay to show up on big games, and we didn't really show up on Thursday night either. I mean, let's be honest. The performance in Red Star was poor, very poor. But we'd done enough in the first leg, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But to carry that into today, and I wasn't going to have the 12 down on a Sunday excuse or the news strip excuse. The Rangers would not have missed it today. They would have got the full wrath if they had of drop points today. And lucky for them, they didn't, mate, because this would have been a horrific podcast to sit and record with you. Into the second half, mate. We make two changes. Arfield and a raised eyebrow for Hollander coming off. Aribo and Sakala coming on. Before we go any further, mate, Hollander doesn't look anywhere near it for me.
No.
I know he always looks like Bambi on ice, but he looked particularly, what's the word, ragged today.
Yeah, I thought he looked vulnerable at times, Hollander. I wasn't confident.
Vulnerable's a better word, mate, yes.
Yeah, I wasn't confident with him at all today. And when he's played games, apart from that cup game, if we take that out of the equation, he's not looked great. And I know he's been out for months and months and months, but for me, I'm sorry, Balogun needs to play every week. He needs to play every week. I know we need to rotate, but it sounds bad because I think Hollander's our best natural defender in terms of defending. But at the moment, he gives me the utter fear. And for me, Balogun has to start over him.
Yeah, I agree. I do, mate. I 100% agree. Today, he wasn't great at all, but he was by no means the worst in the team. No. But yeah, when I seen him going off, it did make me think, oh, hang on, no, he wasn't particularly good in that first half. Stopped a few balls into the box and that, but a few times he was caught out and kind of lost his man one he got away with as well in the first half. He just got lucky and it managed to go out for a goal kick. So he did get away with that. And then again, mate, the game stopped for another ridiculous protest of ticker tape being flung on the pitch. Senseless. We are 1-0 down, and it really distracts from a more pressing issue like being 1 down at Dundee. Stupid timing, stupid thing to do, not the right time. Again, I'll reiterate, I understand why it's happening, but come on, let's have a wee bit of sense here and think things through. Right into the second half, mate. Immediately we waste two opportunities from set pieces. I wasted corner and I wasted free kick from a good area. Lundstrom has moved deeper, obviously with the departure of Hollander. Morelos then has a header denied from a tight angle forward from a shot at the edge of the box. But at least we had a shot on target at this point, mate. And then a wonderful save. I don't know, I don't know if it was Morelos or Ramsey. I missed it. Was it Morelos or Ramsey? And the keeper's made an absolute blinder.
Is this the header?
Yeah, the header.
Ramsey header.
Was it Ramsey? It was Ramsey, but Morelos was right behind him. I think that's where I've got confused. This is at this point, mate, I was going, this is one of the days because that's a superb save.
Yeah, no, it was a good ball into the box. Ramsey gets his head on it, heads it down onto the ground, and it's a good save from the keeper. I was the same at that point. I thought, this isn't going to be our day, is it? I missed penalty, protests in the stands, the white shirt, everything. It just
12
yeah, I know, you could rhyme off all the excuses you want, but it just had a feel of we could play all day and not score here. It really did. But there was more urgency. I thought Sakala, although he frustrated the hell out of me that second half, Sakala, he adds penetration. It got something down the right hand side. He gives an out ball. Added more pace to the team. I thought Sakala. So I thought he benefited the team. Although his performance, he frustrates the hell out of me because I think he chooses the wrong option all the time. To be honest.
Yeah, as the first 15 minutes weren't particularly good for Rangers. The signs were more promising, but I think honestly, mate, from 60 minutes onwards, it looked very good for Rangers. Yeah. I did think to myself at half-time, Dundee have probably ran themselves into the ground a bit in that first half because they put a lot of effort in. And from 60 minutes, especially from the Kamar Roof substitution coming on for Sands. Sands went off. Sands was hopeless today, man. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. I really just, again, I think that's the whole thing you mentioned, maybe having Sands and Lundstrom in the same team. I don't think Sands really understood what he was meant to be doing.
No, I don't want to slight the boy because he's only in the door, but he wasn't great at all, Sands. He wasn't. I honestly didn't know what he was offering in a Rangers top, but you could say that about a lot of them today, to be honest. But I just thought his position in the park, I was like, what's he there for? Because to me, he was getting a ball and just giving it to somebody else. And I thought, he's a bit of a wasted shirt. That's why I would have brought a Kamara or a Aribo or somebody on in the first half, more attacking, because I really thought he offered nothing. And when he's surprised, he got hooked off. And at that point, he was flinging. I mean, there was all sorts of attackers on the park. It was this. We'll just fling it all in the park and see what happens.
Yeah, it got to that, mate. But immediately, Kamar Roof is involved, and we make it 1-1. A great deep cross from the second phase of a corner from Tav. He's out on the left-hand side. Fine Roofs at the back post, heads it back across goal. Keeper kind of deflects it onto Aaron Ramsey, and he bundles it in for his first Rangers goal. Thank the Lord, Ali, that it came at this stage. I think just after 60 minutes was pretty crucial, I think, for the rest of the game and how it went. Aaron Ramsey gets his goal. Yeah, that's all I can say about Aaron Ramsey is he scored today.
Yeah. No, I was delighted because at that point you're looking thinking, because there's a lot of added time to come. So we had half an hour to get a second goal against a Dundee team that were fading, had a couple of injuries as well, Dundee, a couple of guys went off the park. So at that point I'm thinking, no, surely this isn't going to be another Dundee United away or whatever, where we're just going to batter them and not score. I thought, surely we've got to get a bit of luck today. And on Ramsey, I'll be honest, I thought he was poor today. I thought he was really poor. For a guy, I know he's not match fit and he's hardly played football, but for a world-class footballer, I thought he looked very average today. I really did. And I know he got taken off with 10 minutes to go, but there was a point with 10 minutes to go and you could see he's miles off it. He couldn't run back. He actually couldn't run. But he gets us a goal, Aaron Ramsey. He nearly got us a goal with a header before, so that's a positive. But I thought his overall play today, for a player of his ability, I think there's other players in our team that can offer more than him at the moment, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I probably agree. I am interested to see him on an actual football pitch, mate, and not farmland.
Yeah, too.
I would like to see him at Ibrox start a game. That would be good before you can make the full judgment on him. But yeah, I think he kind of faded in and out of the game. He was in and out at bits, but he has managed to get his back in the game. He was in the right place at the right time, mate. So you've got to give him credit for that. At this point, we did have our tails up though, and it was all or nothing from Gio. I tried to actually, for about 2 minutes, mate, I tried to figure out what formation we were playing. And the best I got to was a 1-2-3-2-1-2 or something like that. And I was like, what is going on here? It was just all or nothing. But Dundee weren't coming out. They weren't really interested at this point. They were pretty much putting all their eggs in one basket. As well, we going for the win, but they were very much, let's just survive. We get into the last 20 minutes. The last 20 minutes to save our season, really. At one point, we were clearly denied a corner, and I've wrote this down just because
that was a shocker.
The linesman's officiating in Scotland again. I mean, it's as blatant as you like. It's like a third corner in a row we begin, and somehow Bobby Madden didn't see it, so he's asked his linesman. His linesman's just shot himself and went, "Oh, it's a goal kick." Honestly, and Tav's obviously not very happy at this point with him getting my shout. I just brought that up because again, we have to bring this absolute fiasco up every single time. Dundee then play a new form of time wasting, mate. I've noted that down. That's right, where the sprinklers came on. What? I've never seen that before in a game of football.
Andy Walker, to be fair to Andy Walker, he cracked a joke today and I actually quite liked it, to be fair. He actually said, I think Mark McGee's got a wee controller in his pocket and he presses it when he needs the sprinklers to come on. So I'll give Andy Walker some credit. I actually thought that wee joke was good for him.
That would sum up Mark McGee, though, wouldn't it? That he would actually think, I'll put the sprinklers on, which would actually help Rangers because a wet pitch helps us, or a quicker pitch helps us for sure. But yeah, weird. Never seen that before. Obviously, just something daft's happened there. But from 70, 80 minutes, mate, it was a lot of huffing and puffing from Rangers. Yeah. No real clear-cut chances. And this is the one you were talking about. A very tired-looking pass from Ramsey allows Dundee to get up the pitch. He was towing about 6 caravans at this point, mate, trying to get back. And it kind of ultimately led to him being brought off. Sakala then did dive in and give away a bit of a daft free kick. Nothing obviously comes from it, but I noted that down because I was getting a bit frustrated at this point because time was running out. Ramsey goes off and Kamara comes on. Into the last 5, mate. And finally, mate, finally, we make it 2-1 and it's Connor Goldson, mate, of all people. Connor Goldson's kind of, I don't know how he's ended up in the box. Honestly, I've got no idea how he's in. He's just decided I'm going up. It's a great ball from Tav into the box. Goldson kind of dummies it and it gets to Kamar Roof. Kamar Roof kind of falls as he hits his shots. It's deflected up and Connor Goldson blasts it home, mate. And I said it at the start. I have not celebrated a goal like that against such a poor team like Dundee ever in my life before. I went mental. And at this point, mate, I was like, we have done it. We have done it.
Yeah, it's the same. There was, like you say, between, I would say, 70 and 80 minutes, there was, I think, a text to group chat saying it's went flat again. We need to pick it up again. And we did pick it up. But no, I was the same as you, Carney. My windows were open the flat today because it's a nice day, so my whole estate would have heard me go absolutely mental. So if there was any Tims in my estate, I hope they heard it. So it was, it's mad as well, like you say. It's against Dundee, who are absolutely bloody awful, to be honest. I don't want to disrespect them, but they are awful. But it's so big, that goal. It is massive. It keeps us in this title race. With them coming to Ibrox in 2 weeks. But big Goldson, he was in the box a couple of times today, Goldson. And it was a great finish for Goldson. He didn't lash at it or anything. He controlled it and put it in the back of the net. And I'll be honest, although I was bouncing about, I was waiting for something to ruin the moment of Bobby Madden ruling it out for something. I just knew, just the way our luck's been in the league this season, I was waiting for it. And I was the same as you, Carney. When it went 2-1, I thought, no, surely that is it. And I did know there'd be a lot of added time, but I thought, nah, Dundee have blown themselves out. I even thought at that point we could go and probably get a third, to be honest.
Yeah, we probably could have. We broke forward a couple of times. Kent broke forward with Sakala, maybe making the wrong decisions in the final third instead of he did put a few good balls in. I thought Sakala did come on to a bit of a game in that second half. I thought he was really good, and he definitely had an impact, and so did Kamar Roof. I can't take really in away from Kamar Roof. He's been involved in both goals. As was Tavernier, however, even though he missed a penalty. So, look, 7 minutes of added on time. We did make a sub. Morelos went off straight after the goal and Balogun came on. Seen him with an ice pack on, mate, so hopefully he's not going away for international duty. That would be good because it's basically just him sitting on a flight and then sitting in a stand. Seems kind of pointless I'm going to do that. And we do survive, mate. Look, the 7 minutes of added on time, there was a lot of stoppages with injuries. There was a lot of subs made, but the protests don't help these things. And we were in that position. The last thing I needed was 7 minutes of added on time.
I would say on that, Carney, Madden tried to give the Celtic added time. He actually gave it 8 minutes of added time.
Yeah,
he let it go and go. I was screaming at me, bloody blow that whistle.
Yeah, it was about 8 minutes, but we do see it out, mate. There's not much happens in the 7 minutes added on time. And we've got out of there with a massive win, mate. A massive 3 points. 3 points, in all honesty, mate, at 80 minutes. I didn't think I'd be sitting here having a conversation with. I thought I was going to need to try and convince you that we were only going to be 5 points behind and there's still 2 Old Firms to go, etc., etc. But no, the game is back to... The points difference is back to 3 points and we've managed to get out there with a win. Look, mate, it's not a classic, but you never know. Could this be one of the ones we look back on and go, that was crucial?
Potentially. Like you say, it's 3 points. All I wanted was 3 points for Rangers today. I thought they would play better, to be honest. I didn't think they would put me through what they put me through. Like I say, Rangers will kill me one day. But
today was close for me, mate. I'm
very
not going to
close.
lie. It was very nearly killed me today.
Very close. But no, it's 3 points, and I'm actually glad we've got an international break coming up so I can relax for 2 weeks. But we need to pick the form up in the league. The form in the league hasn't been great recently. You look back at the games we played, Aberdeen and all, we've been scraping wins.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, you look at the other side of the city, they look far more convincing than us in the league at the moment. I know They were playing against 10 men yesterday, but they do look more convincing than us at the moment. They'll be deflated today. I think they would have seen that, possibly them.
Watching, mate, let's be honest. Like, they would have been watching that, of course.
Yeah, no, mate, if it was if the shoe was another foot, I'd be the exact same. I'd be deflated if I was watching them today and that happened. So that'll deflate them a wee bit, because if we drop points today, I think that was it, to be honest. I said to you, Carl, if we drop points, that was it. I know there's 2 Old Firms to go, but Rangers at the moment don't convince me to go and to win every game of the season. They still don't at the moment, to be honest. I did say Europe could handicap us in April, the amount of games coming up, but I just hope he gets a hold of them in that dressing room and go, right, come on, out of jail here. And it showed character, Rangers, to turn it around. They did. You need to give them praise for that, but come on. We've got 2 weeks rest. and we've got them at Ibrox. It's there for them. It's there, but they need to show they want it more. They can't turn up after 60 minutes of a game. I just hope they're ready to go in 2 weeks' time.
I hope so. I think you could see from Gio's reaction just how happy he was with today's result and how big he thinks it is. You very rarely see him like that after he went up to the crowd. So, yeah, it's massive. It's crucial. It is. I'm much happier than I thought it was going to be. So I think that's all I can really say from it. But we've shown a wee bit of character, mate. We've shown a wee bit of dig to get there and get out of Dundee with 3 points today, because it really didn't look like it was going to happen at any point. And you have to give the team credit for that. They didn't give up today. They really didn't, and they've managed to finally get us there. But the thing that's probably frustrating is a wee 10% more effort, a wee bit of 10% more commitment, and we probably win that game, mate, quite comfortably. 2-0, 3-1, whatever. I think it would have been a much easier afternoon, but no hoodoo of this top, mate. The hoodoo of the 12 noon thing doesn't come back and bite us in the arse. There's no really any great excuse. I still stand by the first half was nowhere near good enough, but right now I don't care. We've got 3 points and we've got out of there. So yes, 2 weeks of rest, mate. 2 weeks of rest before it all starts again. Right, mate. Can you pick a man of the match?
Oh God.
Yes, that's a tough one, that.
It's very difficult, to be honest. I'll give it to Connor Goldson. I thought he was decent today. Don't think he was really to blame for the first goal, to be honest. So I thought he was decent. He was in the box at times. He was unlucky in the first half for the shot, and he's ultimately got us 3 points, and he's ultimately kept us in this title race. So I'm going to give it to Connor Goldson.
That's fair enough, mate. I will give shout-outs to Kamal Roof. I thought he had a great impact when he came onto the game. Came onto the pitch. I thought he was really good. Sakala as well was good when he came on. Bassey as well for his unbelievable efforts, man. Like, the guy just doesn't stop. He really doesn't. And this will probably shock, and a lot of people will probably hate me, but I'm going to give it to James Tavernier. He misses the penalty. He had a lot of work to do in that first half. He was on his own on that right-hand side. He misses the penalty, but in the second half, he's been involved in both goals. It was his pass into the box for the second. It was his cross into the box for the first. So I'm going to give it to James Tavernier for not giving up, really, for not giving up and for continuing to kick on. I hope this is a massive 3 points, and I hope it's a boot up the arse for the Rangers players, because this cannot continue, because I won't see the birth of my baby boy, mate. So please, Rangers, come on, please give us a break. Ali, thank you very much for coming on in your hungover state, mate, and enjoy the day on the couch, mate, trying to recover after that.
Yeah, I'm just happy it's 3 points. I'm going to recover on the couch. It's a nice day outside, so I might go out for a wee walk and try and clear my head and make some sense of what's just happened there. But ultimately, it's 3 points down the road. We've got a Legends game to look forward to the weekend, which should be quite good. Wee distraction from the league. And yeah, the build-up will start for the Old Firm after that, so bring it on.
Yeah, coming up is something really special. We're going to be bringing, hopefully, a very special Club Deck Corner very soon. So keep your eyes out for that during the international break. If all things go to plan, which they should, I don't see there really been any great problems. It's going to be something pretty special for us and a first for this podcast. So please keep your eyes out for that, and also keep your eyes out for next Saturday as well. There could be potentially something happening there for the Legends game. So just keep your eyes out for that. As always, please like the YouTube videos, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can become a member as well for only 99p if you like to support us, and you can also buy the podcast a coffee if you don't want to subscribe. That would be much appreciated. Right, mate, I'm away to sit outside in the sun or something, try and gather myself back together.
Yeah.
That'll do. We will be back. I think it might be me and Scotia that's back on Tuesday night for a Club Deck Corner. We'll try and piece together more reaction from bits of this and discuss what's coming up over the international break. So until I speak to you the next time, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. I'll speak to you all next time. Cheers, everyone.